Hey everyone, it's Will. Feeling drained, stressed, or undervalued? Toxic environments can silently sabotage your happiness, but you break free. Here's how to take back control and create a life that nurtures you. It's a journey, I know, but it's one we can navigate together today. We're going to explore of stepping out of the shadows and into a life that feels more authentically. A life where your spirit can finally breathe and feel at home. It takes immense courage to even name that something's not right, to look at our work, our relationships, or even our own thought patterns and say, this isn't serving me. This isn't who I want to be. Shame often whispers that we should just cope, that we're not strong enough, or that perhaps we're asking for too much. But let me tell you, from my own stumbles and learnings, recognizing that need for change, that's not weakness, my friends. That is the first, bravest, most powerful step towards reclaiming yourself and choosing a life of genuine connection, well-being, and wholeheartedness. So, today, we're diving into 6 real, actionable steps to help you escape those draining environments and reclaim your precious peace. This isn't about finding a magical escape hatch, because true, lasting change is built brick by brave brick. It's about intentionally constructing a sustainable path towards a life where you feel seen, valued, and truly, deeply at peace within yourself and with the world around you. Ready to start that construction, to pick up those tools of courage and vulnerability? Let's go. So, the first step, and it sounds simple, but it's often the most challenging, is to truly identify the toxicity. It's about shining a light into those corners we might prefer to ignore, the places where discomfort festers. Sometimes, toxicity is loud and unmistakable. Blatant criticism, constant negativity, or outright disrespect that makes your stomach clench. We feel it in our gut, that knot of anxiety before a certain meeting, or the familiar dread of a particular interaction. But often, it's quieter, more insidious, the subtle put-downs disguised as just joking, the constant unnerving feeling of walking on eggshells, or that pervasive sense that you're never quite good enough, no matter how hard you try, or how much you achieve. It's about learning to trust that inner voice, that deep-seated feeling that says, something here is wounding me, even if you can't perfectly articulate it yet. This awareness isn't about casting blame. It's about gaining clarity for your own journey. And this process of identification, it requires us to be profoundly honest with ourselves and incredibly compassionate as we do it. It's like we're gathering data, not to build a case against someone else, but to understand our own lived experience, our own truth. What are the recurring patterns? When do you feel most depleted, most unseen, most small, or most unlike yourself? Maybe it's a specific relationship dynamic that chips away at your self-worth, a workplace culture that thrives on fear, or even an internal narrative, a harsh inner critic that's become toxic over time. Naming it, even just to yourself in the quiet of your own heart, is an incredibly powerful act. It's the moment you stop normalizing the unacceptable and start acknowledging the profound impact it's having on your spirit, your energy, your creativity, and your ability to show up in your life as your whole, authentic self. This isn't about being fragile, it's about recognizing what harms your soul. Once we've started to identify where that toxicity is seeping in, the next crucial, courageous step is setting clear boundaries. Now, I know the word boundaries can feel a bit confrontational, or even selfish to some of us, especially if we're conditioned to be people pleasers, or to avoid conflict at all costs. But here's what I've learned. Often the hard way, Boundaries aren't about pushing people away or building impenetrable walls. They're about defining what's okay and what's not okay. So you can stay in relationship with yourself and with others in a healthier, more respectful way. It's about clearly communicating. This is where I end and you begin. And this sacred space in between needs to be respected for us both to thrive and feel safe. It's a profound, ongoing act of self-love and self-respect. Think of boundaries as the loving, sturdy fences that protect your inner garden, that precious space where your well-being, your dreams, and your sense of self can flourish without being trampled. Saying no to a request that overextends you, drains your energy, or compromises your values isn't a rejection of the other person. It's a deep affirmation of your own needs, limits, and priorities. Protecting your personal space, whether it's your time, your emotional bandwidth, your physical safety, or your creative energy, is not a sign of weakness or rigidity, but of profound strength, integrity, and self-awareness. It might feel incredibly uncomfortable at first, especially if you're breaking long-standing patterns. There might be pushback or misunderstanding, but holding those boundaries kindly and firmly is absolutely essential for your mental and emotional health, and ultimately for creating relationships built on genuine mutual respect, not just obligation, fear, or resentment. Alright, so we're identifying toxicity, and we're starting to set those brave boundaries, but here's a truth I hold very dear, one that research and life have taught me over and over. We are not meant to do this hard, vulnerable work alone. Reaching out for support is not a sign that you're failing or that you're not strong enough. It's a fundamental sign that you're human, that you're wired for connection, and that you're courageously engaging with your healing journey. Whether it's a trusted friend who really the one who can sit with you in your mess without trying to fix it, a family member who offers unwavering belief in your strength and resilience, or a professional like a therapist, counselor, or a coach. These connections are absolute lifelines. They can offer invaluable perspective when our own is clouded by the fog of a toxic situation or relationship. They can gently remind us of our inherent worth when we're struggling to see it clearly ourselves. Sometimes, just the simple act of voicing our experiences, our fears, our shame, to someone who will listen with genuine empathy, without judgment or interruption, can be incredibly validating and can lighten the crushing load immensely. A good support system doesn't necessarily solve our problems for us. That's our work to do. But they walk alongside us, offering strength, encouragement, guidance, and sometimes just a safe, compassionate space to fall apart a little so we can put ourselves back together stronger and more whole. Remember, vulnerability is the birthplace of connection, innovation, and trust, and allowing ourselves to be truly seen and supported is a profound act of trusting both ourselves and the goodness in others. So please don't let shame or fear keep you isolated. The right people want to show up for you. Let them in. Chapter 4. Refueling your spirit, prioritizing your sacred well-being. This next step is one that so often gets pushed to the very bottom of our never-ending to-do list, especially when we're feeling overwhelmed or depleted. But it's absolutely vital prioritizing your well-being. And I'm not just talking about the occasional bubble bath or face mask, though those can certainly be lovely moments of respite. I'm talking about true, deep, consistent self-care, the kind that refuels your spirit from the inside out, that strengthens your resilience, and that reminds you of your inherent worthiness. When you're navigating the choppy